Hey, what's good everybody? Bringing another video. This time it's of an unboxing and a review of, we have Baron Benz and the Aquaticons. So, let's unbox this bad boy and get him opened. And as I open him up, we got some really dope art here. So we have some outside art, well, I said inside art. And we're going to talk about Baron Benz and the Aquaticons. You can see he's circled around a bunch of Anglerfish. We have this cool Jack Kirby-like design. And it's kind of really dope to see because after seeing him at Toy Fair, I was excited about him. So this is really fun to see that reminiscent Jack Kirby style art. So let's kind of just try to unbox everything all neatly. So, oh, that's nice. That's nice. I can't wait for you guys to see this. This is nice. Oh, all right. Oh, so let's get this bad boy box back there. And as you can see, we have some instructions going on there. And then we have this. So we get our front packaging. There's some under tray going on here. So let's just talk about what's in this first layer and go over that. Oh, okay, this is nice. This is really, really nice. Like I said, I got to get hands-on with this right now, and I gotta honestly say, this feels right. This looks good. All right, so we got that main body, right? So let's leave that right there. We have... okay, so we got an anchor in the gold chain. We're going to get into all of this. I just want to make sure I unbox this right in front of you guys. Okay, then we got, okay, that's really nice. And then we have, okay, so that matches that box art. That's, all right. Oh, we got a cool anglerfish. All right, we got an anglerfish. They give us one. And we have our hands. So that's what we got so far on the top tray. And I guess we'll just go through everything in the actual review. So right now, let me take all this out. And then let's get started on the video and then get started on the tray. As soon as I get this other hand out. There we go. Okay, and then we'll get started on the other stuff. So let's get into it, right? All right, guys, so I got to take everything out. We actually get a lot more, and I'm going to get into that. I'm going to leave some stuff on the outside, and we're going to talk about Baron Benz. This is actually really dope. It's inside the World of the Rumble Society. I don't know what's going on with that just yet, but I do like that really cool box. So I'm going to leave that out. And what's really cool about this guy is I love the Jack Kirby look. I love the underwater vibe. I just love everything about how old school, creepy, vibey, monster under the sea vibe / we don't know if he's a hero or villain. We don't know any of that. I just love the amount of blue and yellow that perfectly vibe with this guy. So yeah. So let's talk about our look and our articulation, which are some of my favorite things, right? So let's get a little bit of light shining on him. And so far, our head can go up, can go down. We can actually get a lot of range on his tube head, so that way we can actually make him look like a creepy zombie the way he tilts his head to the side. So I really like the idea of this guy having a lot of range. His gear is a little bit movable too, so that gives you a little bit of extra range as well too. Tubes have a very nice feel to them. The armor on the sides work very well. And what's a really cool feature is that I found out is that if you pay just a little close attention, you actually just raise this visor up and you can get a sneak peek of what's it like under the helmet for Baron Benz. And Baron Benz looks a little on the creepy side right there, as you can see that right there. You can't tell if he's a Frankenstein monster or a crazy man-made thing. We just don't know yet. But I know that's a vibe right there. So that horror vibe that I got from him has definitely been fulfilled with that creepy visor up. So I'm going to flip that right back down. I don't want him to look into my soul. And yeah, got to say the look on this guy is absolutely fantastic. So our arms can still raise up even though that armor is there. This can actually wiggle as well too. So when you rotate these arms, you actually can rotate it with the armor or without the armor. Do whatever you want. Our arms are double jointed, so we have a nice feel there. You get your standard Mezco peg for the wrist articulation. Your gauntlet is actually movable, so you actually get a little forearm movement as well too. So our upper torso can go left, can go right, go forwards. Actually, really nice crunch going forward, which I know is going to be a big deal for some people. No real backwards movement, and that's okay because you're going to get held up by what's going on back here, and I think that's totally fine considering the type of gear that he has. Our belt is movable as well too. For our legs, we can go up We have a nice range going on, double jointed as well too. We actually get a little bit of boot swivel going on, and we do have thigh swivel. And our boot can rotate inward and not outward, but can go forwards and backwards. Has a nice heavy weight to it too. It's not die cast, but it has a nice weight. Really, really nice. Now, what's really cool that I like about this guy is that it's very rare that you get something in that Kirby-esque color that works so beautifully on camera, like right out the gate. So this guy, no matter how I kind of fiddled with him, like a little bit off camera in between this, like as I unboxed him, because I'm so excited, is that the amount of blue and yellow is just perfect for me. It's that type of nuance that you get that it just really blends. And it's hard to explain, but I don't know, but it's just hard to explain, but it's so, excuse my language there. But yeah, it's really, really nice. Now, you see you get a nice cool base too. That's reminiscent of the art that you get on the card. It's really dope. So I'm going to put this right over to the side. We're going to talk about the other stuff. So you get a nice bit of other stuff, and we'll talk about that. So now we're on to accessories. So let's get started into that. We actually get our natural hand accessories here. We have the open palm hands. Did you see? You already see the closed fist on him. And then you're going to see the hands for carrying his weapons, which is pretty cool. And what's really dope about that is you see the nice little spear. Voila. It fits right in. So obviously these are soft made plastic. Fits right on. And it looks good. I like this clear blue. This is really nice. This level of clear blue. It's almost like an energy blade blue that you don't see very often. That's done pretty well. I really, really like this. I don't know if you guys can see it as well as I do, but it just doesn't pick up that well on camera. But this energy blade blue is what's up. And then on top of that, we have a really cool feature, which is that of, and I didn't even take it out the plastic. I was so excited. We have this nice anchor with gold chain. Now, for those of you that don't know anything about anchors or anything like that, this is a cool mechanical like anchor that has a lot of design into it. Let me just kind of zoom in. Well, not zoom in, but get that little bit of focus on it. The thing I like about stuff like this is when you think of like weird, cool, crazy stuff, I always think about dudes swinging it like Thor. So you get your little tilt-a-whirl on. I love stuff like this. So I adore this as a cool anchor. Also, what if it's like you think of it like Thor's hammer? If it's like really super heavy on the low and he just carrying it with no problem, and somebody tries to pick it up and it's super duper heavy as an anchor. So these are just crazy ideas that I enjoy for bearing bends that I have in my head. Then we have this cool Cthulhu-like head that I have been enjoying. I think this is a really cool head, and it has all these extra mechanical designs and things like that. Stuff like this, just design-wise, it just goes a long way for me. So I really like stuff like this. Next up, we have this really cool blue water effect. I adore this. Now, if you have seen the Ninja Gomez review, you saw they had a smoke-like effect. This is very similar in that we have a nice clear blue effect, and light actually passes through it very well. You can see here. I adore effects like this. I think it's really dope. But what's really cool about this is that with our anglerfish, you see these little openings. I've had to fiddle with it, but I learned that they actually can fit on it. So for the 4 anglerfish, there's little spots that you can kind of put them where they sit on, and they look pretty cool. Where they just kind of sit and enjoy, and you kind of use this as a display as well too, so they can just sit either beside or do cool stuff with bearing bends. These are like little things like this go a long way for me, and I'm doing a little too much right now, but little things like this go a long way for me, where they can just have a nice place to sit and kind of roam free. Really nice display. Also, the anglerfish, just in case I haven't talked about it, which I'm at this point kind of crazy. I love the fact that there's a slightly movable jaw. Yeah, they're a movable jaw. These are soft plastic, so if these guys do fall, you don't have to worry about any of this breaking. I like the fact that this was taken into consideration. And again, just like the spear, this kind of clear, heavy tech blue, like this technology blue, like a phasing blue, is really nice. This is going to photograph really beautifully. Love the orange contrast to the yellow and blue. These are 3 colors that I think work very well for this. Now, you get 4 of those anglerfish, and you get the clear blue design. And then we're going to talk about one of the cool things that we can get on bearing bends is that we can actually customize bearing bends' wiring situation. So you're going to get a couple sets of wires. You'll get a short version that you'll see here. This kind of fits in really well with our theme that we see already with the two black ones, I should say. And then you get these, the longer version. So you can kind of just mess around with crazy versions of the tubing. So I'm going to use the short one very quickly and show you guys a real quick situation where you kind of just, let's say we want to put one right in the arm, right into the back socket, right? Kind of plug that in, make sure it's strong. And then we're going to plug one into the back of the belt. And this is a great example of just plugging it in simply into the belt and looking pretty cool. And as you can see, you get a little bit of mobility there. They are freely wired, so it just gives you a nice kind of look at what you're getting into. You'll get two short ones and two long ones, so you actually can mix and match in your wirings. You got to take a guess at how you want to do yours, but there are a lot of portholes here. And then you're also going to get a set of shorter yellow wires. These are going to be for your much smaller portholes that you'll see like in the back here that you want to line up. You can either line them up at the tippy top of the head here, the very back port, and the back of his back placement here. I want to say backpack, but that's not true. And then we have on the back of the belt. So there's 3 different types of portholes just for these little ones to fit. You can kind of get it on. So a quick example, just plugging it right here into the back, and then plugging it to the back of that said system that I just talked about. And it's a tiny porthole, so I got to line it up just right. But as you can see here, now you have an example of those 2 ports that you kind of can get what you want going on. And they're very easy to just pop out. They have these little springs that kind of allow you to just pop them right out. And no harm, no foul. Now we have a bearing Benz. Now I'm going to slide all this stuff out of the way so we can jump into the really cool part that everyone likes to see is how does bearing Benz stack up with all the other cool Mezco-like related stuff and other toys. So size comparison wise, I like the size of Mezco stuff. For me, it fits in just right to what's going on. But just in case you're wondering, I have the solution. Here he is next to a Mezco Toys Gomez. Just for example, with another Mezco, here he is next to Mezco Blade. Let's get Blade to stand up very, very good. There we go. Now as you can see, size-wise, because of his elongated head, he stands at a pretty good height along with other Mezco stuff. So now you know what's going on with Mezco. Now, when you square them off next to other toy lines, let's say you have a 7-inch Predator and a 6-inch Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Here's a very good example of what he looks like with other lines, just stacked up. And as you can see, he kind of fits in pretty well with all of them. Next up, if you're going to compare it to other lines, we have a Mythic Legions. We have an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Kuga. And then we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. Last but not least, let's compare it to a Hasbro Snake Eyes. And like I said, Baron Benz kind of fits in well with all of the above. It's not one of those things. So, as a Rumble Society member, I think he's going to have a good home with all of you guys when you pick him up. So in the meantime, guys, I hope that you very much enjoyed this review and this very early look and unboxing. I hope you guys have very much enjoyed. And as always, guys, please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.